my name is Maria, and because my hair is super yellow right now, as you can tell, I want to tone it, but because it's really clean right now, I would typically have to wait a week to use purple shampoo, and I can't really do that because it's clean right now. So I thought about toning it with a DIY toner, and I'll show you guys how I do that. Warning, if you guys have damaged hair, please do not try this at home just because it did dry my hair out quite a bit, and it took a while for my hair to come back to the way it was before. So I would stay away from it. But if your hair is healthy or you don't bleach it, this is fun to try, maybe on a strand of hair, see how your hair reacts, and if you like it, you can do the entire head because it actually works. So basically what I'm going to do is put 2 drops of Venetian violet, also known as crystal violet, into a plastic container with water, and then I'm going to put my hair into that, container, take it out, and then dry it off, and I'll show you guys the results. So as you can tell, I'm putting in 3 drops of crystal violet, and then I'm basically mixing it to make sure it's all the same color, and that was just me adding the 3rd drop. And I first tried to dunk my head in, but that didn't really work. So then I got a cup and just started pouring it onto my head, and you can tell that the color changes instantly. So I just kept checking and going ahead and pouring that over, and you can already tell it's pretty silver on the parts that I already put it on. So in the beginning I basically just freehanded it, so I kind of just put it where I thought it needed to go, wherever it was dry. I made sure everything was wet, and the areas near my roots basically were more yellow, so I kind of went over them a few times. And it's actually pretty helpful to do this in front of a mirror because that way you can really see what areas aren't turning yellow from the first time you put the water over it. So that way you kind of just make sure it's all the same color, and when you're happy with it, then it's pretty much done. And as you can tell, it's working instantly, so you don't have to wait any time, and it's pretty easy. It's just really messy. And I'm actually going to grab my hair and make sure I go section by section just to make sure I get every single spot. And if you still see a place that's yellow, just kind of go over that a few times and then you'll get rid of the yellow. So it's easier if you go by section because then that way you can't miss anything, I guess. So this is how it looks like once it's done, and I'm just going to dry it off with a t-shirt. Also, this is how the water looked like. So it doesn't look purple, but it is, trust me. Look, you can tell the mess that made over there, so I'm gonna have to clean that up. So as you can tell, this actually worked, and I mean, look at this, it's toned. It actually worked, and I didn't have to wash my hair, so this is really cool. Whenever you go through that yellow phase of being blonde, you can just do this real quick and it's gone. 2 little tips I do want to give you guys is, number 1, make sure you have some sort of cleaning supply next to you, just because this really does stain. The Venetian violet, when it stains, it's very hard to wash out. So I had some on my sink and I just washed it out after I finished the entire process, and at first it wasn't washing out, and I panicked because my sink was like half purple, half white, and I thought I couldn't get it out, and I kept scrubbing and it wouldn't go. But after about 15 minutes of continuous scrubbing, it finally disappeared. So to prevent it giving you any trouble, I would advise you to just clean up wherever you see purple instantly. That way, there's no issues. And second of all, make sure you have some kind of leave-in conditioner that you put in afterwards, just because, like a purple shampoo or a toner, this does dry your hair out a tiny little bit. You want to prevent any dryness by putting that in, and also if you guys have any oils, put that in too, just to make it look the healthiest it can look. I did kind of go over my hair a few times, so it kind of started going toward the gray, but if you guys don't want it to look this gray, you just do it less. So just put it on your hair once and that's it. Just because in the beginning when I toned it, it looked very white, and the more I kept putting it over and over, it started looking a little bit more gray, but it's not that gray, it looks more silver white. So as you can tell, it's really easy to do and really cheap. The best DIY toner I've tried so far. If you guys have any recommendations for toners or things like that, make sure to comment them down below, just because I'm always curious to try out new things.